Peace and gratitude, YouTube, and welcome to another episode here on CosmicCellFoods, where we focus on entrepreneurship, health, and spiritual evolution. In today's video, we're going to be talking about hyperpigmentation and vitiligo. We're going to talk about what vitiligo is, what causes it, how to remove it, as well as how to prevent it from returning. So with that being said, let's begin. So number one, what is the cause of vitiligo? Vitiligo occurs when pigment-producing cells known as melanocytes die or stop functioning. And most of you know by listening to us by now, nothing deteriorates a cell but acidity. These melanocytes die off or stop functioning due to one or two problems. It's either a response to a weakened immune system or the immune system attacking the melanocyte. And the only reason the immune system will send out B cells, T cells, killer cells, neutrophils, macrophages, the only reason that the immune system dispatches those types of killer cells is when there's acidity, is when there's waste amiss. And it sends those killer cells to come in and eat away the waste that's deteriorating the body. So the number one cause of vitiligo is waste, it's acidity. And once this acidity is now eating away at the mucus coat of the cellular membranes, these pigment producing cells, now we can see how the acidity is causing the problem. So we have to remove the acidity. So acidity and waste is the cause of every disease. So now how do we heal from this issue? Firstly, we have to remove the waste that caused the melanocytes to stop working or to die off. We do this by detoxing the cells. We do this by detoxing the body of waste. And when we're detoxing, we're not detoxing to just detox. We're detoxing to remove that waste from the bloodstream, to remove that waste from the melanocytes, to remove that waste from the dermal layer of the skin, to remove that waste internally, so that we can now remove that waste and acidity that's eating away at the mucus coat. The mucus coat protects the cell from waste. But once acidity eats away at the mucus coat that's protecting the cell, then you see why we got a problem. So number one, we have to remove that acid. We have to remove that acid and the waste that's causing the immune system to dispatch these killer cells and B cells to come and eat away at these pigment producing cells. So you're gonna need your bitter herbs, you're gonna need the chelation, you're gonna need the lymphatic, and you need to have this in liquid form and in the herbal form as well, because the liquid goes directly into the bloodstream that can easily get to the melanocyte, as well as you want the fibers from the plants to be able to go throughout the body as you're cleansing, as you're detoxing. The liquid as well as the fiber from the plant itself is necessary. So taking the tablets and the liquid version, so we can effortlessly remove this waste from the system. And of course, if you're cleansing the system, you also need to energize the body, use iron, plant-based alkaline iron, and you need to also be replenishing the minerals of the system, because as you're detoxing the body, you're also flushing minerals out of the body. And the body contains 102 plus minerals, and if just one of those minerals are deficient, we are susceptible to disease. So as you're cleansing, you need to be energizing and mineralizing at the same time. So now that we're cleansing the system out, we also need to be strengthening the immune system at the same time. So we need to be going to plants like the guaco in abundance. We need to go to the coroncillo negro, the pavana, the kalawala. These are plants that gives the immune system vitality. And now that you've cleansed the body, the immune system will be able to easily and effortlessly take in these minerals so it can be replenished. And also the importance of mineralizing the system as you're cleansing. This also provides those melanocyte cells with the minerals that they need to repair the mucus coat of the mucous membrane. We need to understand this information. It helps those minerals in the mineral general, all 102 plus minerals in the mineral general, they help repair the mucus coat of the mucous membrane. So as you're cleansing that waste, we're also repairing the cell, thoroughly repairing the cell as well. So now this is the most important part about this video right here. The TYR gene within the melanocyte cell produces the instructions to create the enzyme called tyrosinase. Tyrosinase is the enzyme that the melanocytes use to produce the melanin family. So we need to be going to plants that contain this tyrosinase in very high abundance. This is also a copper-based enzyme. So what plant contains a lot of tyrosinase? The mushrooms family. They contain it in abundance. Tyrosinase, carbon, and copper in abundance in the mushrooms. So not only do we need to be cleansing the cells, not only do we need to be energizing, not only do we need to remineralize, because we got to replenish what's been depleted, but we also need to strengthen the immune system, and we also need to replace that carbon, the tyrosinase. So now the melanocytes have exactly what it needs to produce that melanin through the dermal layer of the skin. So You want to be taking the chaga mushrooms. You want to be taking the lion's mane mushrooms. These mushrooms provide a very high dosage of copper and carbon replacement. They're very high in oxidation, family. And lastly, once we were repairing, you have to do this on a consistent basis. You have to do this for at least 3 to 6 months on a consistent basis of feeding your cells, feeding the melanocytes exactly what they need. They need that carbon and copper in abundance, family. They need you to also, lastly, remove any acidity. If you keep eating acid, the immune system is gonna eventually continue to send those B cells and those killer cells and those neutrophils that eat away acid, is gonna keep sending them down there to eat away at those melanocytes. And eventually neutrophils and killer cells, they don't know good cells from bad cells. They just coming in to eat waste up so it can keep the body moving. It can keep the body alive. That's their job. All right. So it's important for us to keep that waste and acidity out of the body to keep the immune system relaxed and chilling. So to be able to do that, we have to eat naturally. We have to eat the alkaline food. I put our free alkaline food guide in the description box below, so you know the exact foods that you need to be eating while you're on this journey. Other ailments that are associated with vitiligo is Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, anemia, lupus. These are all ailments that come from eating acidity and also come from malnourishment of the minerals that the cells need to thrive. So we made this information very simple for you, and it can go a lot deeper. But this is the surface layer information that is needed to be able to effectively remove vitiligo. And here on Cosmic Cell Foods, you know we always love to talk about entrepreneurship, health, and spiritual evolution. So to be able to do these types of things when you're dealing with vitiligo, you can do things like becoming an advocate would look like you may be starting a page and sharing your journey and sharing some tips and tricks that you had to evolve to while you're dealing with vitiligo. You can start a vitiligo clothing brand that's advocating for people who have vitiligo to get healthy. You can create a support channel to help more people that may be in the same situation. Becoming an advocate for your community could also turn into sponsorships. Grant. Think a little bit bigger, because you came here to be your uniqueness and share that with the world. And lastly, you can be an affiliate for different health regimens. People who know exactly what to do to be able to remove and reverse this, you can be an affiliate for that company. You can get an affiliate commission for that. So it's so many ways to diversify, it's so many ways to help people, it's so many ways to still be abundant in this lifetime, no matter your situation. All it takes is self-love and the divine desire. So I hope this video has been valuable for you, and until the next video, Cosmic Cell Foods, we out. If you enjoyed this video, it's a probable guarantee that you're gonna like this one as well. So go ahead and give it a gander, and remember to keep it cosmic.